Pickett's been in great form since the move from Dennis Pagan to go in the forward line. One of the highlights about his game, he tackles, harasses, and keeps the ball into that forward line for the Kangaroos.
Quick snap from Grant, and he's put it through for a goal. And away through the middle, Solomon and Barnard, the two targets. Barnard comes up, it's an open forward line. Solomon can run. He's got Hurd and Lloyd ahead of him, each with one man on them, each with a tough job. Solomon went for Hurd, actually went for Lloyd. He went over the head of Hurd, and Lloyd ran into the space. It was an excellent kick. And Lloyd, with those cricket pads on his thighs, doesn't stop him from sending it through for a goal. Adam Simpson back in the Kangaroos lineup today, using Harvey on his way out of defence. Good kick through the middle. And a long kick forward from Makepeace. Good confidence from Rocker so far. Sinclair roving the pack, had a man running back, Lee Colbert, with the fly to the ball. It was, he dropped it, and Byron cleaned up.
He's one of the players that needs to have a really great game here today.
11 degrees in Melbourne at the moment. Should get to 12 if we're lucky. Grant goes to the goal square. Rocker!
Oh, well done.
Oh, you're guilty. Under the way the Kangaroos do play, 545 career goals is the overwhelming statistic that we often forget. He's a prodigious kick, and he's given the Kangaroos a flyer at the G.
And now the Bombers for Ramanauskas can go through the middle, although that's not a great kick either. McCartney will look to dish it off here by hand. Left foot kick from Sinclair in front of Rawlings. It was always on, wasn't it?
Yep.
As you called it, Dougie, just was out in front of him enough, and you can see the look of displeasure on the face of Damien Hardwick.
Jess plays all right too, Jess Sinclair.
What did I say? Jess Sinclair. Did I say Josh, did I? Young Sinclair. Thanks, Hutch.
Here's Rawlings. A big kick doesn't look... Well, it's close. It's got there. Well done.
Kangaroos are having a real crack. McKernan works it forward. Suddenly the Bombers are under siege for the first time in weeks. Here's Hurd, dances out of the pack. Handball didn't hit Carousella under the heat. It sits for him now. Trips over, and a chance again for the Kangas. Carousella goes again. Johnson weaves a handball out to McCurry, who pumps it inside. Beautiful kick. A cooling kick in the end.
I thought I saw Mick McGawn on the wing then.
Yeah, it looked like it, didn't it?
55 out, Heffernan loads it up. Goal square, big chance, goal! The Bombers answer in the best possible way.
Carousella and Hurd. Centering kick was an interesting one from Hurd. Tough here for Mercedes. Shannon Grant bearing down. Lalich came through. Well done, Digby Morrell. Got it off quickly. Colbert, long and strong. Henneman and Rocker again. He's far too strong.
Too strong.
He's far too strong for it.
Goal. He'll kick this.
31 goals coming into today. He's covered the distance, and he's got the accuracy as well.
And Teague takes the mark, showing a cool set of heels early on the youngster. Handball to Motlop, who's playing in defence. Bangs it towards half forward. McKernan the big fly. Hurd, fall of the football. The Kangaroos are winning all the fall of the football contest. Archer towards Watt, kick towards full forward. Sinclair's making a courageous mark.
Free kick too as well, I think. Hutchie may have been, the mark was there, certainly. You called it right, Hutch.
And two of his kicks have found key forwards. This one has found its way through for a goal.
Dougie, they're just moving it on at all costs, the Kangaroos, aren't they?
They are. I don't know about that. They're playing on, they're taking chances.
Weaving a passage through was Solomon to Mark Johnson, who will have to be defensive all day on the Byron Pickett. Sinclair's been super impressive early, and he palms the ball magnificently. Releases McCartney, who bangs it long to the goal square to a 2-on-1. Rocker in front, couldn't take it. At the back, Harvey has kicked another one. 7 goals to the Roos.
Yeah, it is an amazing scoreline. Don't adjust your sets. 7 goals to 2-2. McKernan. Hurd feeding it out. Mercedes, poor kick. It's turned out. McCartney thumping it long. Rocker's got to beat 3. No problem.
Have a shot.
So Sav Rocker guides it. He's covered it beautifully. 8 goals for the Roos.
Harvey's had 6 kicks out of the middle. Shannon Grant's had 6 possessions and they are killing them at the moment. Alessio's been thrown in the middle, but it doesn't matter because Pickett to King, and away they go again, the Kangaroos. It sits for Rawlings, and he's held up momentarily. But they are so full of confidence at the moment. They bang it inside. Another chance. McKernan at the back couldn't take it. Harvey, don't tell me he's going to kick another one. They have kicked 9. This is unbelievable. We put this in perspective. The Bombers lost 1 game last year by 2 points and have lost 2 games this year. And the year before they were unlucky in the preliminary final. They are trailing the Kangaroos, who aren't even in the 8, by 39 points in the first term. And David King and company are cutting them to pieces. Here's Rocker again. McKernan it was, couldn't take it. There's Rocker. Could this be number 4? Creative. Sam Rocker cannot do a thing wrong.
And that man, McKernan, also putting his hand up. And he's within range. He's within range. Will he launch a taunt? The confidence is behind it. And it's a scrubber of a kick right to the square. But they've got the force with them, the momentum. And it's a free kick. It's a free kick to Byron Pickett. The force is with them.
11 goals in the first quarter. Gee whiz.
Here's Byron Pickett. Makes it number 11 and does the jig.
King, Pickett again, Hurd desperate, Pickett clever. Just wheeled it out there towards Rawlings, goes with the left, and Digby Morell's in the action. Everyone's dipping their bread in it at the moment. Now Sinclair, that didn't quite come out right. He's been a star this quarter. Wheels him inside out, kicked the goal on top of magnificent.
He has.
Come on!
The biggest problem for the Kangaroos is there's still 3 quarters to go.
Can they keep going?
Well, they keep going like this. They'll kick 48 goals.
They've all smashed the record of all time.
I don't think that's going to happen. But how the Bombers will respond will be very interesting. They're not going to have time in this quarter to kick another goal. Maybe the Kangaroos will. He'll have to launch this one and go for home. David King does. He's another behind on the side. He's ruined it. He has ordered the copy on the siren. Imagine if that had gone through. Goes long. Rocker has been tremendous today. He's just been a great target for them. That's his 5th mark and his 10th possession. Even he's too far at the score this time. Teague at the back, McKernan at the front. Alessio almost pulled it down. The big man, Spider Burton, he has kicked another one.
Fletcher, that's his first contest he's won. And the jeers from the Bomber supporters, or maybe the other Kangaroo supporters, let him know that he's having a bleak day today. Here's Jason Johnson, their most prolific midfielder. Bangs it to full forward to Lloyd in the box seats.
Great kick.
So a pretty important kick this for Lloyd. That's an understatement. They trail by 64 points, 3 minutes into the second term. And we cringe every time we say that because we just can't believe it either. Lloyd's kick on goal is a goal. A much needed one for the Bombers.
13-1 to 3-4. Shannon Grant looking to launch it. He didn't. He just waited. The kick beautifully for McKernan. The only one that was going to spoil him on that occasion was Jason McCartney. This, if they win today, will just be an amazing victory for them. And we really set up their season.
It's home.
That's number 14.
Special comments from AFL legend, 350 game player Doug Hawkins today. He's never seen anything like this, he reckons. Shannon Grant can kick another one. Don't tell me it's going to sneak in. It has. They cannot miss. Two goals to Shannon Grant. And the lead is 69 points in the second term.
They've just taken the sting out of it, any Essendon comeback here, haven't they, effectively, Dougie?
Against the reigning premiers and the undisputed kings of AFL football. There's Moorcroft from 60, just bangs it in. Lloyd's going to have to fly at the back. He was airborne, couldn't take it. Here's King trying to get the handball away. Carousel are clever. Johnson should kick a goal. Johnson has kicked a goal.
Good pass from Barnes. And Jacobs pushing forward on T. Loops it over the top for Hurd. And, oh, Crunch, that'll be 50. No,
Play on.
It wasn't 50. Hurd played on. And then, in slow motion, he kicked the goal in very interesting fashion.
And, well, just suddenly the Bombers have got a tiny bit of momentum all of a sudden. This is where the Kangaroos just got to hold their nerve. Bolton towards half forward. Hurd again, who's getting into the play. Carousel on the end of it. Goes for Lloyd. Goes for Lloyd and gets Lloyd.
What a handball that was from James Hurd.
And is certainly having a stellar season for the Bombers. He leads their marks for the year with 103. And, of course, leads their goals. And has kicked 3 today. And the Bombers have got 3 on the trot.
Kangaroos just being forced to hold up in their tracks here, and what they were doing in the first quarter was just moving it on at all costs. And obviously the Bombers are trying to slow them down here and interrupt their movement. Moorcroft does that very effectively. Lloyd's behind, he's got the ride and he's got the mark. So here's Lloyd, he's kicked 3 goals and he's leading them. Well, they like it behind the goals. Lloyd's not so sure, the umpire is.
Moorcroft to centre wing. Johnson couldn't take it. And has got an unbelievable splash of the difference about it, this game of football. Johnson, who's been the key playmaker, and Lloyd's got it again. Lloyd and Johnson, along with Hurd, are keeping the Bombers in it. And you just get the feeling this game is far from over. And I'll tell you what else is surreal. If Lloyd kicks this, the Bombers will kick 5 unanswered goals. And Lloyd's kicked it, he's kicked 5, and the Bombers have kicked that many on the trot.
But gee, who wouldn't think that the Bombers aren't a big chance now? Johnson gets them going out of the middle again. Lalich went to ground. Hurd, brilliant tackle from Archer. The pressure on. Lalich trying to get it out. The pressure is really on now. Hurd, Carousella, he can launch one. He had the time. He used the time. He used it wisely and kicks a goal. Here they come. This is just amazing stuff. Clearing kick into the middle. Solomon takes the mark. Quick kick off the left. Barnes is pushed forward. Oh, he spills it, but gets a chance to recover. Mercury normally works so well in those situations, as does Hurd. Barnard just bangs it under the boot, and Lloyd's going to get another one. He's going to get another one. 6 to the best from Matthew Lloyd.
This is fitting of a grand final at the moment. Hardwood to Carousella. Isn't he starting to get the football? Handball over the top towards Heffernan. Steadies him up. Goes inside. All the numbers forward. Here's Bolton. He should kick a goal. He's in space. Lines it up. The Bombers have kicked 8 in a row.
70 playing 91. The Kangaroos actually kicked 9 in a row at one stage, and the Bombers have come back with the next 8. Absolutely amazing. Harris is in the game, but this man has ripped them apart out of the middle. Deserves a goal. Winds up for another one and slams it through. Jason Johnson. He's a star.
Simpson bangs it off the ground. They're missing Shannon Grant. His influence. Now he's off the ground. Belted away towards Pickett. Get the feeling the Kangaroos can really just use a goal here to settle them at half-time. Squares it up, good kick. At the back, Teague. What a mark from the young man, David Teague.
Courageous mark here from David Teague. Has been very impressive.
Not quite Rod Stewart.
Looks like Sean Cassidy.
15 points to difference. The Bomber supporters at that end are booing. His side needs this just to quell the momentum. It's a big kick, and he's come good. He's kicked a goal. They stopped the hemorrhaging at half-time, and the Kangaroos, despite having conceded 9 consecutive goals, take a 21-point lead against the Kings of AFL football into half-time. It's been a half where we've seen 28 goals, 5 kicked, and football at its absolute best.
They had to go very painfully short, and Lloyd Well, I thought he was within distance. He obviously didn't agree because he played on. Barnard spotted someone out of the corner of the eye.
Loose checking, that was.
And Jacobs is able to take the mark. Had a long time to man up on him, but they just couldn't get there in time. Just kicked the 4 goals for the year. And that's pretty good. So the Bombers start with a goal in the 3rd.
And they're back in this contest within 13 points, their closest margin since early in the first term. Ball goes to half forward. They're inspired at the moment. Barnard bangs it inside to Hurd, who stays cut up Archer. Takes the mark. Mark number 5. Sun in the eyes of Lloyd, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what's in his eyes. He is on fire at the moment. Matthew Lloyd, he kicked 1 goal in the first term and 5 goals in the second term for a total of 6 today.
6 kicks, 2, Hutch.
Thank you, Hawk. Lloyd's kicked the goal. 7 kicks, 7 goals. I just wonder, Hutto, there's ever been 22 goals kicked at one end and a half in a game of football before.
Yeah, I was wondering that as well. Not sure. Digby Morrell gets it in there quickly, as they did in the first quarter, and it's effective. And Brady Rawlings presents himself. 7 points is the margin at the moment. We saw him miss one earlier. In fact, he kicked one earlier. And that was very close. He likes it. It's a goal. It's his 2nd goal.
He must have paid the mark, but he hasn't taken the mark for mine, and it hasn't gone up.
No, he paid
in the back. Has to be in the back.
He paid the free. It was a shocker.
It was incredible. Could be important. Pick it to the goal square. Chance at the back.
Oh,
McKernan. At the front, McKernan screams at himself. Says, "That's what we ought to do, Corey. That's what's needed in these situations." Corey McKernan runs in and kicks his 2nd, and the Kangaroos answer. They've snuck away to a 19-point lead. Handball's over to Fletcher, who signals that he's going long and goes in that direction. Johnson worked his way to the front. Free kick, I reckon. Play on to the umpire, Mercedes. Kicks the full forward. And Lloyd's taking the mark. A little bit of confusion there over whether the whistle had been blown or not. 7 kicks, 8 marks, and 7 goals. So he's kicked a goal from every mark. And this for number 8 for Matthew Lloyd. He makes no mistake. The Bombers are still coming. Sinclair, short pass, doesn't quite hit Archer, who's followed Hurd all day and may have gone forward. Archer's kick was a beauty. And Shannon Grant, well, you give him some sort of chance from here. He's got a man on the goal square, and it might go through. It doesn't. Sinclair marked it on the goal line.
It's a pretty tough angle, isn't it?
And the men on the mark to the side there, you see Heffernan very close.
Very close. That post could play on.
10 metres.
He kicked it anyway. Sinclair's put it beyond doubt. He's kicked his 3rd. So it's not such a free-spirit, free-flowing game. It still is by normal accounts, but not compared to the first half. And that's going to be to their favour. They can just play man-on-man football and hold on from here. They can win this game, but the Bombers will keep coming, and keep coming they do. Get out of my way, says Jason Johnson. Gave the big Donahue and kicked the goal.
There's Lee Colbert, boys, on the bench there, with Digby Morrell as well. Lee Colbert's only had the 3 touches.
Burton won the hit out. Jason Johnson, the umpire's found a free kick for holding, and he's found it the way of the Bombers.
Anyway, very soft, I thought.
Important one for Mark Johnson, the man who wears the number 1 Guernsey. Can bring the Bombers within 7. And he has. Just on 3/4 time, the Bombers come again.
Lalich has done a good job for them in the middle. He's just started to give them something out of the middle in this quarter. Nice work from Solomon. Gets it in quickly. Alessio back on the ground. The big man's got it. Not paid. Cleaned up by McGrath, and he kicks a goal. It's a 1-point ball game at the MCG.
But somehow the Kangaroos still lead, and they'll lead at every stanza against the reigning champions. Grant bangs it inside 50. They love just to buy a goal here. Lucas is having an impact. McKernan can have a bigger one, and he kicks it. He's kicked it.
Barnard conceding ground all the time. He takes it away though, Moorcroft. Quick kick, and now they can go. McGrath, release Mark Johnson. He's got it in there quick. Alessio's tall. Hurd's great, but Alessio. Free kick? No free kick. It's a mark. I just thought for a moment he'd blown the whistle.
Free kick to Hurd. You're right, Hutto, you're right.
So Hurd to have a shot for goal. And again, the margin is back to 1 point at the MCG.
Not really a crisis at the moment for the Bombers because the odds are probably stacked in their favour now. They can get over the Kangaroos. But the Kangaroos have got a rare type of intensity and spirit that can't be crushed. Harris, so cool, the youngster there. We'll find out what he's made of here. Shannon Watt from 48 metres. Deliberate kick, he's kicked it. The Kangaroos answer again.
Paul Spargo looking like David Teague. Got the ball forward.
Whoa.
Byron Pickett, well tackled. Free kick's been paid here. It's going in. No, it's going Kangaroos' way. It's going to Byron. I tell you what, he can kick the ball. It's probably just out of his range. 50. It's a 50-metre penalty.
The Busick language probably there. Joseph Johnson having a crack again now as well as Mark.
Very handy indeed as we close in on three-quarter time. Points is the margin. A sensational atmosphere here today. All brought about because of the history between those two teams, but also because of the match we've seen. It's been absolutely one out of the box, and it deserves a great last quarter. Barnes against the big man Burton. The Johnsons have been pretty good, particularly Jason. That time it was Mark. McGrath released the handball. Thump went Barnes. As good as a kick. Young Teague working overtime. Solomon has been excellent as well. Off the left, Lloyd. He's got 8, and now he's going for number 9. What a player he is. If it's possible, somewhat underestimated. He's just an absolute champion. And champions kick goals in big matches, and he's kicked 9 of the best. On the rebound, Barnes floating the hand pass. Mark Johnson, he loves this. He could have gone himself. Instead, he gives it to Ramanauskas. And they had a lot of momentum, but he must have just summed it up and thought, well, I'm within range, and the instructions are to have a shot when you're in range.
Had the ball turned over from the Kangaroos. They were going forward. Pickett was one, McKernan was another, and Adam Simpson was just a third one. Brilliant play by the Bombers.
He hasn't missed this year, Adam Ramanauskas. He slips over, but he still kicks the goal. Lucas goes out wide and finds Hardwick.
And the Bombers go again to Johnson. That's Mark Johnson. As Hutto said, he has been a key contributor in the second half. Rawlings invented something then, was clever. Sinclair went again to Rawlings, who banged it onto the boot to centre half forward, and Harvey will take it. 55 out. He's going to go to the square with a taunt. And go to the square with a taunt. He does. Makes the distance. Gets the accuracy. Brett Harvey has kicked a big goal. They practice those after training every week at
the Kangaroos, do they?
Kangaroos.
Down Arden Street? Okay.
Practice the taunts far more than any other side. Mostly for fun, I suspect.
Comes handy, doesn't it, sometimes?
Came in very handy there. Barnes has led his opposite, number 22, to the ball in Burton. Takes the mark, hurries the kick. That was poor, but it bounces well for Johnson, who takes off, says, get out of my way again. He's so determined and so cool, this bloke, and he could answer and kick a goal. He has!
23-7 against 22-8. Spider and Barnes, Solomon from the side. Every clearance so vital. Barnard, Caracella, Mercury, been pretty quiet today.
Oh, that
was excellent work. Kept a cool head. And Gary Moorcroft, the man who took the mark a few weeks ago, now has the chance to put Essendon in front. So Gary Moorcroft, what a year he's had, and what a kick that is under pressure. Essendon are in front. 69 points down they were. 9 minutes into the second quarter. He gets knocked down and kicks it long to the square. They need a mark. Sav couldn't get it. Quick kick went nowhere. Shannon Motlop just couldn't get the ball to boot in any sizable fashion. And now Barnard on the rebound. Gives it to Hurd, who gives it into the middle of the ground, looking for the man who's kicked 9. Matty Lloyd, keep it moving. Caracella, dribbling kick. Mercury, brilliant stuff. Corey McGrath passes it for Alessio. It doesn't matter. He didn't touch it. It went through for a goal. Sav Rocker playing up in the middle of the ground. He's still playing as a forward. They've all pushed up. It's on 50. Alessio tried to knock it centrally. Caracella got himself clear, got himself steady. The post is wobbling. The ball's gone on the inside. The Bombers are flying again.
The winner looks Essendon. And the Kangaroos have got to try and invent something to get back in the contest that they led by 69 points, but still they come the Dons. Caracella, Moorcroft, been so important. He's kicked another one. Can you believe that?
Free kick to the Kangaroos. Archer takes the advantage, and the Roos are away. They have to move it and move it quickly. Sinclair, or someone's down behind play. Quick kick. It's a Kangaroo player. We'll get back to it in a minute. Oh, good mark. Gutsy mark. Taken by David King. To Corey Jones.
Motlop's on.
Corey Jones looked like you're right, Hutto.
He's still on.
Yep.
No, he doesn't go to him. David King is a big kick of the footy.
Ooh, bit far.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have a shot. Good kick. Good kick.
Great kick.
And they're certainly not out of it if they can kick this goal. It's away to the right, but he likes it. He's up, he's bounding. He's kicked the goal.
Kevin Sheedy doing some fine-tuning. The Bombers have got the ascendancy. They lead by 13 points. They did trail, we must repeat, by 69, but the Kangaroos work it forward. If it sits for them here, Rocker squeezed a handball out. King wants to take this game by the scruff of the neck, gets it to Sinclair, dances inside out, bangs it on the boot if it sits. Well done, Pickett, handball over the goal square, McKernan with number 5, they're coming again!
So Johnson will kick it to the boundary line, or close to it. Lloyd the target. Hurd. Around the line it goes. Moorcroft, let it go. Blake Caracella. It's all over now. The Bombers might just about be home. Yes, emotion, I think, will be the word from everyone involved. It's been an amazing day. They started off absolutely brilliantly, the Kangaroos, but the Bombers are such a champion team. They're trying hard. The clock is counting, and the game is over. One of the best ever. One of the very best ever matches played on this magnificent ground over more than 100 years of football. And Kevin Sheedy has brought his team back from where no team has come back before. 69 points they were behind in the second quarter. And the gallant Kangaroos, without their captain in Wayne Carey, without their premiership stars in Mickey Martin and Anthony Stevens, they got out to a huge lead. 69 points, but somehow the Bombers came back. And how would that man feel, Dennis Pagan?